Tlingit hatiaati Tlingit yuhan. Balchadasa ituasagu hain kainigi. Shukwaya helwasaka kwati. Baltleli to ʼachgóok ayuch ʼatángi yechi. Qone ayakak ʼachgóok gartutu. Ye awe. Ye naski aya. ʼachgóawú daat. Qa yata akachaya kekwashahi. Qal shukwaya. Echasaku. Shukwaya. Adat yuchagachtit ati yata. Oh, kuksa. Ya. Ye dadune at ye dosak. Gwallwe verb. Ashuka'a wan qanins. We ye dadune a eat the shia. Gwalli gachtusak aya we adverb. Ya shukwa aya dach we adverb. Hetwasak ka'a gwalllet kaq ʻéináx hatuasagu adat yuchagachtit ati. Dasawe ka'a desquatch qayatatsu. Day. Gwall yisatin we ye dadune at ashukach. Dasa aya hastu ye jane hayuchatangi tu. Yisaku aga. Wallachina kawanik. Achin kananik.
This is probably really wrong, but like desquatch, isn't it sort of how one verb starts before the other verb?
Yeah, it's like it had already started. Is probably how I'd look at it. I think it had already started, and then day before a verb is sort of like it has already happened. They seem to be pretty similar, and there's probably some more we can do to go through and find some of these and see how they're working. But when we see them in stories, desquatch would be like it had already started. So usually like somebody goes like, I'm going to go to your house to eat, but you guys are already eating by the time I get there. That seems like it would be desquatch. And then you tell me something, but I already know it, and that's so you could say like yihitiyich ayachugut ya yechwajiin ya ujin atkartucha desquatchaya yiwucha koa. And then the other one might be like it's already finished, or it has already happened. So there seems to be a bit of a fine line, but I'd probably look at it a little bit more maybe. That's how it seems like it was working in the stories we're looking at. And then day would be like you tell me something and I could say dechosaku, like I already know that. Okay. Tsukka. Toagesaku wushgate aya kakrachtula ati. Cook.
Zeus last week, the dach, he gave us a sentence. So he called it a distributive plural, inland only, non-human only, and he gave us a sample sentence. We kunskisani dach uwai. The little potatoes got cooked.
Okay. Although we are seeing it in the Ḳaax ʼachgóok narrative, which I'll pull up so we can. You'll be able to find several examples. You're seeing it in here. And I've heard speakers who are using it to refer to people as well. I would say it's used more inland, but it used to be used on the coast, so it kind of fell out of use. And it seems like the difference between hus and dach or daqa, it can appear in either way, is it seems to have a little bit more to do with like they did it, but maybe not necessarily all together. So there could be something a little bit to do with the separation there. But if we went through here, we would find some examples. And so if you want to go pull examples out of this story, go ahead. But I remember we saw a few examples of it, which is why it triggered a thought. Like I should ask you guys about it and see. But take a look, because they'll use it with non-human things quite a bit too, like the sea lions jumped into the water or something, and they were going sort of in different directions in different places, and so it seems to be having to do with doing something that's a little bit. They happen to do the action at the same time, but it's not all sort of together. It's a little bit separated. Okay. ʼḤudziteeyi Át Ḳulagaawú. We saw them in back-to-back sentences in this story, so I thought it was kind of fun. Tlingit ʼatgóok. Yisakooksha.
He eats.
One of them is eats. Yes, people are eating.
And the second one was what again?
Át. So ducha would be people are eating.
And then he's eating.
Well, át is different. So here's át and át. Who is it?
They ate the canoe?
No, they didn't eat the canoe, but they were in the canoe doing something. Because there's another cha verb.
Row, row, row.
Yeah. So át. So we know that this is going to be row, because for ducha to work as eating, the a would drop, right? So acha and acha are exactly the same sounding, written, and he or she is paddling or she or he is eating. Because you could technically, if someone was somehow paddling and eating at the same time, that would be acha, ʻéináx acha. So you could be doing that, but I don't really know how you could. But there's not a whole lot of verbs where you're going to get sort of an identical form. But the ʻatducha, the a is not going to go anywhere, and this one.
It seems like this one's low tone though.
Yeah, this one is right here. Yeah, away. Probably because the nooch is on there. So we'll see another one, I think, right there is high tone.
There it is.
Yeah, well. And then I thought there was a sentence here that had them back to back, but just fun stuff I was thinking about. So let's pick up. Guksa. Yank away. Yachtua saguwish kashnik aya. Ashude aya wujin. Gachtutu. Kina gachtutu. Yawa. Itra. Gwaslesh kashnik daat. Ito agesagu. Wushuch gachtula adi. Tachik ʻitcha we se de yash kashniki ka I ide kakkonik tsu a daat we kusten naq qone a daat yejitunei kleatke aqa away ya qanak aqwus a daat we tlek away yuk ʻatángi ka I ide kakkonik a daat shukwayata ya dak 100 qad nask jin kat plum. Disa di tuasagu shukwa ayi ya yidat. Ya ewe khwasatin kha ya kegel chish.
In the shan away screen. Wasa kshi yande skagukdaya. Wasa yutach yesh ya mudu. Oh, how would I say that one?
What?
Do what fish qadushat. Ha kegena dutin wayak. A yikt haskim. Ka iqayakt ginduti away agawe ta yes uwa at a yiktach dak at kindu jel hooch.
Ik kan het cheese. Het gaat wel kuliek het wel gesaku.
Gusu wa
Ja, de juk attack.
Oh, you attack we keji yau dua yek we atugu wududli khwachi ka we tan qadadzai kedin yan atucha yan shkashnik hastu yu kunegi yan aksanik yan aksanik ka jikawa ka you kwan ka jikhuch yasla atwe ka jikhuch ye ya gaisane we tan qadadzai we atugu atwe qewatan dukesk Gunnal cheese kesk Gunnal cheese ya itlakak du yach yi yashi Gunnal cheese ha wuch yi dzichanaya chayede yan kuchtayai chayede ngati Waetsu Gedeen kwan glin kwatlatin we ach kesk gedeen which
Okay. Nou, die zei dit was ik wie dat ga. Johannek she deeslin. Shana Kate. Gwek she.
Stakat ka jikuch ayakawa jas we at duk ka tu wasaga ye dadane khadja tuk aske ye de yan ausane stuk yan oudzane de ya du tandatani kaya ade yan kaudaya ye aya ke akawashi ya du kashiye ahe ya du ʻachgóok ʻachgóok ade ʻáináx ade ʻáináx ku'ayas tlal kachiach hastu kanugu de yan shujichin at aya tlal kachiach
Gunnel cheese show it to cut Johan. Wasa kunach yiki at the yawish kalnik. Yawa yiki de uditsuku guksa kuch with the kuchu Ḥaax ʼachgóok qad keilkihas. Yewa adat yutuch watankzu. Guchsa has wutlitz is. Yisikuke we de kina chushukushkalniki has ausaku. Aka de kina yuchatangitzu. Yata kwal katratse wakwasahas ayasak hoa ya Hawaiian. Kanaka kwal ya Hawaii ko kanaka. Kanaka yid has ayasak. Kwal chishugo at ayaka chayugagingia. Yawa adat yutachwatankzu. Weshkalnik. Asalitsin. Wa atshi aya ʼḲudziteeyi Át daat. Johan qa dasa yituj.
Maybe it's time to tackle Elizabeth Nyman.
Yekwati, yekea. Ya just yata achtuasago daat yich achwawu siqaa. Guk sachwasatin. Iqayakt. Yisikuge dasawi iqayakt. Like haqinach dasa iqayakt.
Village beach.
So that's down the beach from something. So iqaya is usually, and then you can attach suffixes to it. So iqaya would be down the beach towards something, but it has to be only at the ocean. It couldn't be down the beach to the lake, but it could be, especially if they're saying like they pulled up right in front of our house that was there on the beach. You would use iqayakt, and so it's used in a lot of the Raven stories because Raven had a house on the beach. So yakay gnischish gnischisho el takat Johan. Yawa was yatatsu aktuasaku gachtutu. Kachonach yakay ayawish galnik. Say de ya dusik tsu say de ye duasak. Ya tlekach enach Mary Anderson. Hochoa Elizabeth Nyman aya decide lekach enach ach has ausaku Mrs. Nyman. Ye awe tlachonach wuke aya de ʼatángi. Ka du atus kuku. Ya Tlingit daat ha ʼatángi. Ha ʼaqgóok. We akea gach yit yashkalniki tin. Yach tuasagutsu du in kachonigi ikunilchish sumik aya du sai inupiak ʼéináx. Ya dleit ʼéináx David Russell Jensen. Hu owa akawadat ya hajiyis yata. Ye awe hatuasagu ya Chetcha achtuasagu gwell yashkalniki sitin. Ya du Tlingit ʼéináx just a kiki achoa we dleit ʼéináx. Ye we achtuasagu hel we ʼachgóok kuku akach ya wushtakin ayi tlellach tua oshku ya yis Tlingit kuku aya gwell kukwallayech. Ye we achtuasagu yata yach. Ja, gwallaillatina chaoti we du yiqe at we lions ag hechwasaku qoa. Yak yidataya yada achtuasagu kina gachtutu so tam aqa awe adat yuq agachtutla ati gwall yatashkalnik aqa qone we tlanak itaq itqa Shukwa Ḳudziteeyi Át Ḳulagaawú. Ya dakqa one qanins ya Ḳudziteeyi Át. Ya awe eight Tlingit qoa Ḳustin Át. when Chayeka Kenki Chishuku Atkoa, Kustin Ḳudziteeyi Ya dua Naq, Gwal Kach Tlingit at Kustin Naq, Ye dua Sago at Elka, Gwal Dakhakoa, Ḳudziteeyi Naq, Chishuku Atkoa. Look, Aksha. Okay. Chishuku Gwal Hayajini. Ya Jadu Sadu Tuasaku, Tuasaku Katuhan Kina Gachtutu, Ya Keka Nach, Aka away, Tuasa Oti.
ʼAchgóok. How do we find the written story?
Yat again?
Yeah.
Oh, Iwakshi ke Kwati. Ya dua, Ya ha web page, Wasakach to South. Ya dua, Ḳudziteeyi Át Ḳulagaawú, Kat Anakhi Daq.
Goodness cheese.
Yeah, away Chakuta Akadika Kwatitsu. Yatatsu Khote, where yak A static categories, underline G, Tlach Wuha Yatakak. Okay, and get you any? Yanine. Okay. Ardisa de Tuasaku Shukwa. Chawasakuyati Tuasaku Itu Heshwasaka Kwati. Just Teka Nach. Shukwa Akwa Gukde. Okay. Daisling, Gwash Yuhan again. Itu Agesaku, Itu. We douche again. Yitluti au Lishat. Maybe we can try and solve this microphone thing. I know I'm sure you guys are using the same room, it looks like. Sometimes I can hear you guys, but mostly I can't.
Okay. 8 minutes.
Okay. Maybe we'll come back, sorry, but I know you guys passed that microphone around, but it seems like there's some microphone in some other location because it sounds kind of boomy and distant. So I don't know if it's activating that particular microphone in front of you. Gwash adataya yeji yinei has to ide kakuni gadat yata. Has akwabus we hayan wadki wasatu sago at yata race gwash yana shich gwash yana kuch yashkuyil aya ka shakao ish aya. Oh, you can.
Okay, can you hear us now?
Yeah, away. Kadain aya yisachwaach.
Okay. So we ʼachgóok away at hasdati in ya. Yadu awe ʼchgóok. Yadu awe was us a. Awe ʼachgóok has ʼatliat. Kadain wujin hasdati. Jawasa hasad kawa ark tlach awuj ayach us giant Ḳudziteeyi Át Ayasaaq. Awa tlach'a yukude awa chutle kududleha. Tleltuasa utiyanya'a yashaw. Chutle daat yachsa dagati. Ayu has ʼulagaawú awayu achuayu dagati ahu awayu you washa.
Awe Gat ʼéináxi ʼatgóok wuchas diadaka. Tlek dian Juanuk tlesade guneyi Kwanuguye. Tleye yawaka. Tlewe ka shaguch ik yukatangawe. Shukat koa chawuch has khadachit ha. Chutle kat has sewakak kap tletsu yok awe chutle ada ke has keil arch wuch has kadachet heat book. Place. Okay. Yeah.
Dewa nani sawe chutle wusht hasat jishuane tle our shot we was us age away wushat you are tle kunach tle ya shayi tle ach our lig kach asse walig tle you diade away ke our gig kudase set shaykh nakhsati away chutle you yati aski sani you cow si huch
Yake gnilchish Johan. Gwell ʼatgóok chigwenski sani.
ʼatángi away ʼatángi away wait aku ash ach akawuthidich away yadu tech skudasetsk tech ko aku tech naxati away tle we ye nada tle ye tle yat uachich tle you ka tech yach kayachat ya tle ka chuchu ko away tlach you yinde awayish away ta anach ke awayish huch
Yake gnilchish. Kulieke itqoa.
Ya Clayat, Clayat yach kayachat wait. Chadat yisawa, yat as aw si a, yat. Hatleya ka, hatle ya ka shayach clayu. Yat no, yat awe, we a le katu unach ke awchut. Clayat, cle ach na da clayu. Yat aku, wait, yat aku, ka den qada, yatik kahini. Chaltakat Ḳaax, Tlingit Ḳaax yu a. Awe, wasa ituch, tuguka, klech katutla tuk a de si at iya wehin. Ach it a.
Okay, gonna cheesh. You did shana Kate, eat
Away dat away. Ḳaax ātgáok. We ʼatángi ish. Yesh galnik. Tle ācanach. Ye gut we. ʼatgóok. Tle adain. Adayu. Ak Tlingit yu akanik. Tle. Te away yeti. Tle. Solid rock away yeti yu akanik. Tle. You de yindach away. Yek si kak. We te. Well, it could be, you know. We do. Like a chuku. Hooch.
Okay, gonna cheesh. Tana, eat
We gil chawe. Yeyati we. Ḥkudaseitsk. Sha. Sha awe. Yeyati. Awe. We wasas aksu. We wasas ku awe kle. Dutun atwuti. Hu ku Keshich jicha. Kikadeye. Kuk was git. We tlachwa yan tuajagu. Tlingit soe. Yach stu gak glothin. Treye yawaka. Hu ku we. Anach yan wutua kuch. Awe chan ye klesh. Shukruna yati yedach. Dujide at gugrachich. Kleye awe ayach keul de klet. We sha. Kleye chawe yati. Kleye kinde ke yawatsak. Yatawe chutle yu dak uanogu. Ye yati. Awe yat awe ach ke uagut tle yu. Tle we dak uanugu ye ach yati ye. Itcha.
gonna cheesh. Kecha. Eat uchta eat woo, eat deka
Tle ade yagagut away, tsa you are. Tle we yinde away kuch out ligayan. Tle we yak tlesh dutin. Ha wasaya des kuch de kakwada gut. Await ya ach kenagut. Ye away we kitledi kwat e tle you ach nachli at tle we a kudi. A kach away ye elsine we kitledi kwat e. Tle tlech du tuch wull chish we you doc unugu ye yach yati yet wugudi. How are we gonna come back? He could make it all right. At away ach kuch would be good. It
Du kudasi tu kushe ye aya u we seit akustan we keitladi kwati. De ki ayu na tli you de ki. Un you adutli at Tlingit kach chatmunik tlik ye dayaduka a awe ka kaya ach we at we shatsu.
Cachig Johan Gilchish. Yeah, gwalliad y tu ach twas y gw Ḳudziteeyi Gwchsa ach tiw Yadu has du kach Gwsa Yadu ach twas y Ḳudziteeyi Yadu Tlingit Keishichich Keishichich what's at yach Takuhini wan kanins yedu asago at Yedi di Yakdeyi sit kunaqiyi Takuqans city Ka yatatsu Yisitinyak Ďáꞌgóok sit ayi Ḳudziteeyi shayi Yach Ţáqgóok Ḳudziteeyi Tlingit Yach Ḳaaxtuk Awak Ţáqgóok Ḳudziteeyi Yeawa Káxik Galník Aya Yach wan qanins Ya dleit Ḥaasáyi Aya Hasituasaku Akayeti Yeawa Aya Nachik Aqoa Tlingit Saku Qunakhui Achtuasaku Gwall Yach Achtuasaku Gartuche Aqa Yashkalnik Aya Gartutu Hastu Anikach we Takuqan Eqa Aya Hastu Ani Yeawa Itcha Hutsu du in Qain awe Shkautlanik we yin yedi shagun daat. Eqa awe yata daat awe has au ʼatgóok. Ya shia dehini atsu we ʼatgóok ayach aya ya has ana atjin. Ya has to tuasagu we ilqa Tlingit. Has to aya ya has wutien. Ya shia dehini atsu yata adach has to taqade. Wish the sake du ʼtzinēyi has to tuasaguun. Qayat atsu has to tuasagu we gwall qachuch gwall qashat ya shawatchuch qashat aqa has qaqwashiyi adujsa has agurtisha. Yeawa achuishi dehini yatu yatadach qaqirtach qaqdach Dach qade has wullagats ʻokeyeti, ʻach'adi, ʻlukach'adi, ʻachgóok, ye'aweh, wuch'i, nayaha tuasagu, ʻchaha'ani kak'ayaqhutu'u, ʻch'ach'ak, ye'aweh, yeshkalniki tachonach yeke, dasayitu daat dasayitundatani dayeyeti, yata.
Kune,
Dasa?
could you explain what's happening in the verbs on line 12 and 14? And I think line 52, where you get that gach, like is that to benefit them? I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's an interesting verb because daqatati. I'll have to take a look at that because I wouldn't expect, so this can't be the classifier because T is the root, and so the classifier has to come right here. It could be daat yachsa daqati. So it could be like if we were to write this, we might put a space in between daqa and this, but maybe not. That's a really good question. Anybody got any thoughts on it? I highlighted it because this one needs an underline. So I thought initially maybe it was one of those. It could also be the dakh, daqa that we were seeing too.
There's another one on like line 52.
Daqasa. Yatake? This one's different if you're talking about that one.
Yeah, okay.
This is a hortative for let it flow. So that one, yeah, so naqada is what we're seeing there. And this kade is causing the na to contract. So this would be the same thing as like yinqati. So going back to this one, I guess I'm tending to lean towards like each of them was sort of being this way. So this is probably daqayati, which is going into daqati. That's what I would suspect. So it's like each of them are that way. So here's that daqa thing or that dakh thing that we were seeing in the Ḳaax ʻachgóok story. I'll find some spots in Ḳaax ʻachgóok because I have a feeling this is something that's just sort of fallen out of use on the coast. And there's a variety of things where things just fall out of use. It could be language just sort of change, but it could be probably language shift where fewer and fewer people are speaking, so you find fewer and fewer people using certain things. And there's some communities that tend to hold on to certain things more than others. And we'll find that one community lost some certain type of thing but held on to this other type of thing. That's what I probably lean towards, is it's this distributive thing that we were seeing. So each of them. And then what were each of them like? You know, and so, and these are cases, she sat down with Yechune or Weha, and they went through this translation. So when we look at this is a bit different than the Dauenhower method, where the Dauenhower method was typically they would take a recording and work on it themselves, go back and check with the speaker and see if they got the translation right. But usually if you listen to the audio, you'll find that it just matches right up. Where Lear and Nyman, when he went through it with her and just translated it. And then there's sometimes where he would, if you see something in brackets, that's where she wanted him to add things. And so sometimes she would add on the Tlingit side, and sometimes she would add on the English side because they thought it would sort of, and so it's a more collaborative type of translation. So that's a pretty interesting sort of thing. But then sometimes when you're getting into the flow of a story, and this is always fun with translation, is it's not a word for word thing, and sometimes we get into these discussions about what does this particular one thing mean? And then we get into some of these debates about it. But it's sort of like, well, once you pair it with these other things, it kind of means something else. But so if you say chutle, just then, daat yachsa, what's it like? Daqati, how they are the individual, so like, and so this is kind of interesting because if you say haswuti or hasyati, you're saying they are both like this. But when you say like daqati, you're saying, well, how are each of them? How is that one and how is that one? But you're asking that at the same time. So that for me is what the daqa and the has are sort of doing. They have a very similar thing, but instead of saying them, it's saying like each of them, you know. Okay. Ťakutatke. Other questions, things you thought of as we read through this?
Do they say it like that because they're mountains and not people?
That's a good question. I would probably say no, because there are people in this story. But you know, they're not humans though. They're giants, and so I do think that's sort of something that we see. It's maybe used more for people. I'd heard that before, but if anybody wants to sort of take a look at that Ḳaax ʻachgóok and can find the dacha or the daqa, I didn't highlight it, but I thought it was being used in here, and it's talking about the people in the boat. Like each of them would do this. And so in the Ḳaax ʻachgóok story, let me know if anybody finds it, but what I was seeing, it's like these ones would paddle while these ones were resting. And so they're talking about them all, but they're kind of doing different things. And so it seems to just more have to do with, and sometimes we just see it used more for these types of things, but I think you can use it for people. And so we'll keep an eye out and see. And a lot of us are doing this. We're trying to figure out how these particular things are working, and then we're coming up with theories, and sometimes we'll see the theory is like, oh yeah, but then there's other times it's like this as well.
Can I add to the ʼachgóok story? So when they were stuck on that island, ʼachgóok would spend the nights watching the sky and studying the stars, worrying about his family at home, and he composed a song. And when he brought the song back with him, his clan began to use it as one of their most important memorial songs. And it's called Ḳaax ʻachgóok, Ḳaaxi.
Oh, sheesh.
And if you guys want to hear it, maybe there's a way I can share a copy and you can hear what it sounded like.
Yeah, like if you want to send it to me, I could drop it into our class folder.
Okay.
And there was someone else in Sitka who said we could listen to it.
Yes. For education purposes, it's usually shared.
Is he Ḳudziteeyi?
Yeah.
And that's still a name. That's still, yeah, and that's a Ḳudziteeyi story. And so it brings up a really good point. Like, as we go through these stories and we access the recordings, they're gonna sing the songs in a lot of these, like the Chukanadi ones. They sing the songs in them. And so I think it's great to listen to, but we should all just know we don't sing those songs without that clan granting permission, in particular if they're ʻaqdashi. So here's ye daqati. So we're getting it right here in line 310. Chaqajiwu qa'atyuhu tu ye daqati wihin. And we go to look at the translation, but they had some inside animal stomach, some water. So maybe, ye daqati, that's referring to the stomachs, so that's not talking about people.
299 too, I think, Renee.
Okay. So that's probably a similar type of thing. The stomachs with the sand. Yep. So again, that's non-human. So maybe it is non-human. That's really good. Okay.
Well, it's kind of like the use of yachyati, no?
The yachiti is like so yachdaqati would be like each of them are like that. But then the yach is kind of a different thing because it pops up before the verb. But then
I mean, when they use yachyati, it's for color, right?
yeah, it's for color. But it
And
could
that color of non-person?
well, that one it could be like a color. It could be a color of a person because you could say dleit yach hasiati, but then that the yach just kind of dropped out over the years, and the same with tuj. Okay. Oh, sheesh. Other things you guys were thinking about? We'll keep thinking about this daqa. There's lots of hortative verbs in here, so you're going to see this nachsati, let it be that. Ach nachsati, let it be mine. This is pretty fun. Taik deyancha chwanuk. I'm already sitting here, so there's the day. I think I had it written as high tone, it should be low. Kesh ade ach ʼchgóok. There's no way I'm gonna start sitting somewhere else. Right? There's no way I'm gonna move off of it and sit somewhere else, I guess is how you might look at that. Okay. So there's a couple of decapitation ones. You're getting sh sometimes. So is for something, a long object to break, like a stick or bones. That's how bones break. And so sometimes you're getting sh, and sometimes you're getting se in there. So sh is for the head to break off, and then se would be for it to break off right down here. So, and then Ḳaax is kadach. This is pretty fun too. Ashukat would be like the first thing. So it's just nice to note, like, when are they using shukwa and ashukat and sa, just to start talking about like word order and the order of verbs and how those things work. Okay.
If you want to play that song, I send it to you.
Oh, goodness, cheese. Maybe I'll put it in there and you guys can listen to it if you want to. I know it's an important story, but just like for the purposes of the class being recorded and stuff, maybe we'll just move along. There's a number of other sort of important landscape things in this story. Diya being across, particularly a body of water. Diya de, diyanach, diyaq, diyadach, across a lake, across a river. There was a couple other things like to face each other, I thought was really, whoosh kika is to be facing each other. There's some other cases you might sort of see that, in particular like houses. And this is probably where like whoosh ki tan, like whoosh ki hit tan, if it were these two houses that faced each other. Whoosh to gate, and then to put a plural version of talking. And she says they insulted each other, but if you said whoosh to gate, it kind of just means arguing. They were arguing. And so the insults were sort of and sometimes it's really fun to get translations because storytellers, they'll say something and that's what they're talking about. And so it's really fun. Okay. I like this one too. Chawasaya hasat kawaaq tle chawuch ayach. So however, hasat kawaaq. So when at pops up in front of kawaaq, it's now planning instead of trying. So akawaaq would usually be to try it out. Kawaaq with no object is to try. ʻatgóok is to make a plan. And so chawasahas ʻatgóok, whenever they made a plan, chawuch, and that's they agreed. So chayach means usually you're going to get a pronoun before that and to say, I'm doing the verb just like that person told me to. So wuch chayach means they agreed upon how they wanted it done.
Are hanu kune atakawa plan ka kawa dasi
Yeah. So this particular, let me try and pull up the verb so we can just see it. I think she's right. I'll just pull up the website. So we go to and we get to try or to attempt it. I'm going to mute you because I'm getting a feedback. So with an object on it, this is usually to like try something out. Like there's some object there, like, let me try this bike. Let me try this computer. Let me try, so you're testing something to see if it's going to work. So that's usually what's going on if there's an object in there. There's another one, I don't know if I see it on here. But for that, if the object goes away, that just means to try, generally to try, right? So this is one, and how much of a difference is there between those two? It's not a whole lot, I don't think. And then when you see the ut in front of it, that's usually getting into planning and also doing instructions and commands. Maybe that's how it works. So, I guess a low tone, this is interesting. Maybe it's the low tone ut that's going into like plan. So usually you're going to see like, well, an example that we had was we were trying to get some words for teaching. And so we asked Ḳaaxat about some different things, and she gave us some great responses, which I'll show you. So we're asking her, well, what about like a lesson plan? And then she gave us a word for a lesson plan. We kind of worked together and came up with it. And then we said, well, what about curriculum? And so let me show those to you. Find them. I'll copy and paste them from here because they get a little messy in the, just looking in the dictionary software. So, ʻaqgóok Át Ḳulagaawú is what would be curriculum. So this Át Ḳulagaawú is a noun for a plan. So if you said ʻatgóok, I'm gonna plan. I'm gonna prepare. I'm gonna make a plan. I'm gonna do some sort of preparation, and then let me find the lesson one. And then this was for lesson, was ʼānqūtiltū āt. Whoops. So we have at being high toned, and we have ʼatgóok, that one being low toned. But there's very similar, like conceptually, types of things to plan something. So what you're going to see is na conjugation. So ʼkana'aq is try it or just try. And then ka'aq is to make a plan, to plan it. And then ʼatgóok is the noun for a plan. Ḳaax'at is ḳaax'at is Elizabeth Peratrovich, and I believe if you contract it, you get ḳaax'at, which is Florence Shakely. Okay. Let's see if there were other things in here that I thought were, and there's always just great stuff in here as far as things that I was thinking that were good for. We'll talk about.
I have a question.
Ah.
Line 24 and line 27, to provoke each other with, and both of them have two T's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that because it's wooch? Because they're,
the T is probably more to do with like it's something that's happening in one instance, and it's happening several times. So for example, when they're talking about this, and this is a really good, because when you see you at the beginning and there's some repetitive thing, you're going to get a K at the end. But then there are other ways to do some repetitive things, like just adding a T is sometimes like when you go from shawdachich to hit something on the head to shachisht. So that T is popping up there because it's something that happens a bunch of times in one particular moment. And then heat is, that's going to be a fun one to just sort of look up, just to kind of see how that one's working. Just, okay, so let's see how. So we get haskhadachit, and then we get, and this one's probably missing the, so this one. And it's probably gonna be, like, I don't know if the tone, I don't think, or the vowel length should probably not be changing, but let's go see if we could find this verb somewhere. So we start looking in story and ʼéináx, and there's no heat here with the ʼa on it. So plan B is to go into Jeff Lear's verb notes, and we'll go down to the X and the XI, and then we get to heat, and we'll just start here and see if we find it. Akawahit, kashhit, kaudahit, aksahitko, heat, kachahit, hita. So yeah, and so there's no documented version that I see of this particular verb. So it probably is related, I would guess, to like poking something with the stick, maybe. I mean, this other one, moving hands, reaching at it, I guess those are the same. Those are probably the same thing. Let's see how they got it in here. Let's go back to so that's line 24. Oops. Yeah, so that's That's one we might, yeah, so he's got them long in both cases, so this is one where we'll have to fix one of them. We'll fix that. Okay, so this is what it should be. Wuch has ʼatgóok. And that might be one just to, as far as like how to do the work of finding new verbs and figuring out how we need to document them. So let's say we find this verb, wuch has ʼatgóok, which is translated for us, thankfully, to provoke. And then if we want to sort of see how it's working, the first thing to do is, I think, go to a speaker and say, what does this mean to you? Wuch has ʼatgóok, and see what they say. And then if the speaker recognizes that verb, say, how would you command somebody to do that? And then how would you say, because in this case they are doing it right now. So how would you say they did that? They provoked each other. And then how would you say they will provoke each other? Those are probably the most important ones. Like hortatives, you can ask for the hortative, but I think if you've got those, we could take a pretty good guess on the others. I would probably ask for the command, the prohibitive, so do it, don't do it, doing it now, not doing it, did it, didn't do it, will do it, won't do it. Those 7, I think, are probably the most critical at this point. Sometimes, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say, how would I say, let him provoke him? Or, you know, it's a little tricky to try and get those. Carrie Eggleston is very good at getting those forms. But yeah, that's a good one.
How do you pronounce it?
Wuch has ʼatgóok. So that double T, and sometimes you get a double K in some things, and a double CH, so you might get ch and k and t at the end. It just takes a little practice to get yourself doing it, not getting stuck and putting 3 or 4 of them in there. Okay. Okay, anything else you guys saw that you wanted to talk about? That was pretty fun. ʼatgóok. So you could put ʼatgóok on things, you could put yeti on things. You ʼaukhlaqink. So that K, if there's a U in front of it, we're usually going to get the K afterwards, like okay.
Are these are this is a pretty graphic story.
Yeah, right? I mean, like, this is probably one more for the adults. Like, I wouldn't probably bring this into the classroom for the kids. Maybe for, you know, for the older kids, fine. But yeah, you know, he's tearing his windpipe out and he rips his head off, and they really, yeah, he really kills him. And at the end, too, you know, we get this. Well, then she moves into this, like, talking about going into those areas. So I'm trying to get to where they sort of, where they stop. Oh yeah, dutun atwuti. And so, like, it's interesting because he, you know, ʻatgóok kills him, and then he's like, well, I'll just go. And this is really interesting. So, keishich, which comes from K, shich, to run, the CH on the end, for the point, kikade, I'm going to go sit across from it. But ʻkʻlaskit, ye ʻkʻlaskit, is I'm going to throw myself down over there. Like that's how that's being said. And so he was upset with what happened as well. But it's interesting because then she just sort of flows right out of that into a bit of a biography talking about you know, climbing up there and her husband and stuff like that. So it's really interesting because as you read this whole text, she does this a lot. She'll tell a story and then she'll float right into her life as she went up and down the Taku when she was growing up and when she was older as well. So it's amazing. Okay. Where was that risky one? That one's fun too. That one is he didn't think he thought it was impossible. Because dutuch is he or she thought it was possible. Oh.
So that's related to the verb ganashish.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly what we think. So wutlachish, gunnachish has all the. It just looks like it's a verb. I mean, it's got to be, but it's one of the. There's a few of these things that I think are really tough to analyze, and I think it's fine to analyze them. We're not trying to say. We're not trying to change the meaning of these things at all. We're just trying to say this is probably where it comes from, and so we try not to say like. We're not going to change Gunnachish to saying like you made it possible, but we're saying we being James Crippen and I and those who like to just look at the language and tease it apart and find what all these little parts are and try and show what they might be on their own and how they sort of function together. But it seems to be the same. So Wutlachish is it's possible. Dutuch Wutlachish, she or he thinks it's possible. And then Gunnachish is there. And yeah, wow. Okay. Other language thoughts? We got about, I don't know if we got enough time to go into the next story. We'll certainly start with the ʼéináx. And as we read through these two, we'll just look for, if you notice any typos or anything, let me know. It's a lot of work to retype these, and no matter what phase you're in, whether you're starting it or editing it or retyping it, you'll always find things.
Question.
Oh.
I did find Battle of the Giants, the transcription, but when I downloaded it, I have a bunch of, my program doesn't recognize the apostrophes and there's a question mark, and there's question marks all over. Underline K's, there's a question mark instead of an underline K.
Really?
So is there something I should be doing to filter that?
No, like these are popping up as strange characters.
Yeah, instead of Ḳudziteeyi Át, it has question mark ʼḲudziteeyi Át.
Oh, wow.
And instead of ʼḲulagaawú, it has a question mark ʼḴulagaawú.
Is anybody else having that? Is that in the document itself or in the title?
That's in the document itself, and the title is just in English. And then for ʼWhatsApp, it has a question mark for the apostrophes.
Oh.
Oh well, I thought it was just my computer. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I mean it's a PDF and it should be loading.
Oh, I'm not looking at a PDF. I'm looking at a doc. Word doc.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a Word document of it?
I don't know. I found it in the class files somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, try changing the font.
Oh, okay.
Change it to Cambria if you have it. That's a pretty font. Or Calibri might be it. Helvetica New. So it's just a font issue. Certain fonts don't handle those built-in characters.
Oh,
so
okay.
if it ever comes up, because these are using combined diacritical markers now.
Right.
And the punctuation, the apostrophe is actually a letter and not a punctuation.
Exactly.
Because if it's the apostrophe, if a word ended with it, uh, like ḳaax, and
Yeah.
you click that word, it would not grab the apostrophe, but when it's a letter, it will grab it. So
It's not grabbing it. And also, and so all the underlined letters are question marks. And I've been trying, as we were speaking, I tried different fonts. Nothing seems to work with it.
okay.
Oh well.
Yeah, it could be an older version. The newer versions of Word seem to do a little better. But yeah, so a lot of us are working in Pages now and on a Mac, which, you know, I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
trying to prescribe anybody a computer, but it just seems to handle this stuff a little bit better. But we'll keep trying, and if other folks let me know if you're having a tough time. ʻAchgóok says Aboriginal serif works well.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
font out there called Brill, which is really good. I like that one. And this is in, I think it's in Brill. Probably, maybe not.
Can't say that. It said, what did it say?
Let me try and pull it up.
It said Charis or Charis.
Okay,
Comes up in that.
that one's good too.
Well,
One's
not
out
here.
there. Maybe. So you went to the curriculum files and pulled it out.
Yeah, I got it from somewhere. I was trying to follow along in the story. I couldn't find anything till I looked under Battle of the Giants. That was it in the title, in the file name.
Oh, okay. Well, let me send you a different version and see if that works. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'll export it as, because it could also be, it's not actually a Word version, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Macs sometimes handle the combined. There's a keyboard you can install right into a Mac that makes it quite a bit faster to work on some of these stories. But I'll put a doc version up this evening and see if that works better. And maybe I'll send it right now and see.
Goodness, geez.
Okay. Other thoughts? Language questions? Things you've been thinking about? Things that might help you?
Did you say at one time what the relevance of the classifier was as far as changing the meaning of a verb like káxle, kádzé, káše?
Yeah. So what I liked is sort of when we were talking about the classifier, maybe I'll pull up this. We'll talk about this for a little bit. So I was kind of reviewing this slideshow that I was using to talk about the perfective mode. Uh-oh, this might take a while. Very close. And so, but basically, well, this is opening. The classifier, when you change the group, you're actually going to have a different verb. And so that's one thing when we start thinking about the classifier. So here's these four groups. And so every verb will belong to a group. And it could move within that group, but it can't jump to another group. If it moves to another group, it's a different verb. So 0, S, L, SH. And so there are quite a few verbs that have an opposite verb that's an SH. Like, so you could say, yak-a, kesh-uk-a, kesh-ushke. And the third version is a different verb. So ʼaachgóok is the negative version. So you get good, not good, ʼaachgóok, terrible, right? Where it's actually the opposite. So it's not just not that thing, it's the opposite. Generally, what I think the classifier, they do have meaning, but it doesn't mean it always works like that. But they generally have meaning. 0 is for something, it's just a default, like it's that way. Yak-a, that's how it is. The L classifier group often has to do with applying something to that. Like you could say, Tlingit with ʼqaaxajate, this chair has arms. You could say ʼxgóos, we hit, this house has feet. ʼxgóoshi hit, it's a house that has a dorsal fin on it. So that's what the L one does quite often. The S one usually is saying, oh, we're making it this specific type of thing. So now we're talking about, and that's why they call it a classifier, because it's classifying things. So yati is to be, siti is to be a member of some group. Like there's this group and I am ʼlukach I am a teacher. I'm, there's a bunch of different things. It could be a profession. It could be like some sort of, he's an angry person, and so to be a type of thing is usually switching to the S. But it's pretty common for there to be a 0, especially like a state, yak-a, and then either an L or S version to say, it's not just that way, but somebody's making it that way. So sometimes the classifier switches to say, it's not just like this, somebody's making it like this. So you could say, ʼchatyanik, I am sick. ʼchatyisanik, you got me sick, you gave me a cold. So sometimes the classifier will switch if somebody is doing that thing. The SH group is often associated with things that are kind of unwanted things. And so that's kind of just roughly how they work. But basically, once you change the classifier, you've got a different verb. So you'll have a root that has meaning, like to see. So you'd say, Kate chatin, I see a dog, but it's just a dog. Wekate or ʼachgóok ʼchósatín. Now it's a specific dog, my dog. ʼachgóok challatin, I am watching my dog. And so for different verbs, you're going to see that sometimes there's a whole bunch of different options for changing the classifier. You can also add thematics, and that's going to be a different verb. So yati, siti, ḳudziteeyi, those are all different verbs, right? Because yati, I change the classifier group. Siti, I add a q thematic on there, and you get ḳudziteeyi. So then the classifier is also, oh, we're out of time. So the classifier can do also two things. It can go plus I, so this is what we call the minus I group. This isn't the best one. And then it can go plus D, and it goes plus I if it has happened. So we get si, and we get shi, and we get tle, and gle, and j, to show that the verb has happened, and that's why it might go plus I. So we could talk about that a bit more next week if you guys want to, or we can always move into some sort of lesson things at points in time, like if you want to go through this thing and talk about putting a perfective verb together. It's here with like a bunch of different examples. So I can load this slideshow so you guys could take a look at it too, to just sort of start thinking about this stuff. I know we probably have gone through this stuff before, but it might have been a while, and maybe we didn't go through this exact slideshow. Okay. Yeah, Monday we'll look at ʼéináx, and then We'll probably only end up picking one or two more from Ţudziteeyi. They're amazing. Some of the things that are really amazing is there's these very long, complex narratives about her life. And that's not a very common thing to have a publication of. And I think it's amazing. And it's also a very strong woman telling about herself and her life, which I think is also incredible. So we'll look at ʼéináx, and then we'll check in and see what you guys want to do from there. Because we also have ʻatángi, the Battle of Sitka. There's a bunch of these raven stories we could start talking about, looking at. And we got our midterm work and some translation work we can also talk about. So, yakay kan shish, hucha, itat ko
Nafshish.
ah.